Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 43 of Sonic Boom TV. This episode, you can see I'm sitting on the floor right now with my CD background. I got some records here from the last video I did. We got my Cinderella Night Songs glass framed picture thing that I won at a fair, in whenever that came out, 83, 84, something like that. Maybe a little bit later, I don't know. But anyway, wanted to talk about a new CD that I bought and a couple of used CDs. So first, we'll just get right to it. Def Leppard, Diamond Star Halos. I bought this. I don't know why I bought it, because honestly, I've listened to most of it already, and I don't really like any of what I've heard. It's one of those things. It's like Def Leppard. If I had to say who my favorite band was, it would be nobody, because I don't really have a favorite band. But when I was a kid, when I first started getting into music and stuff, for the first, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe even 10 years, Def Leppard was my favorite band. But that was during the, High and Dry and Pyromania. I first got introduced to them on Bringing On the Heartbreak, which was High and Dry. My friend had the cassette of On Through the Night, and he let me borrow that. I think I must have copied it or something, I don't know. And then Pyromania came out, and then Hysteria. And after Hysteria, they kind of started to change, and some people will say Hysteria was a big change, but I don't really think so. I think Hysteria was just a taking of everything that came before and just perfecting it, as far as I'm concerned. Well, I know some people will say, oh no, they just went total pop or whatever. And then after that was Adrenalize, and you could tell something was happening. And then Steve Clark died, and I don't know if he died before or after that album came out. I think it might have been before, but he was still on the album. I'm not sure. That's a little weird for me. But after that, I haven't really liked anything that they've put out. And this was coming out, and I had heard them say, this is the best album they've done. A lot of people are saying it sounds like classic Def Leppard. Now, I don't know what these people think classic Def Leppard is, because for me, it's the 80s and early 90s stuff, which was the albums I just mentioned. And so they released a couple singles on this, and I was just like, I just wasn't into it. And it's like, I think Kick was one of them. Fired Up, I think, is the latest one. And there's one more, but I don't know which song it was. But I listened to most of it on YouTube through my phone. And I was like, well, that's probably not a fair way to listen to something, because I didn't even have headphones. I was just listening to the phone speaker. And so I said, I want to buy this, but I'm not buying it on vinyl, because the vinyl for this is like $45 at Walmart. And then I think maybe the record store version, or the version you get from the website or whatever, it's like $60. There's no way in the world that this is worth $60. I wouldn't pay $60 for Pyromania, or Hysteria, new anyway. Maybe the, if I got an original copy now, but of Hysteria, but I already got a Pyromania, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, so I thought to myself, I said, I'm going to go buy this at Target. It has 2 extra songs, only on the CD, not the vinyl. And I'll just see what it's like. And I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know. But I looked it up on Target's website, and it was $16.99 regular price, but then it was marked down to $11.99 if you ordered it online. That's what it said. And I was like, well, if I'm going to pay $11.99, then I'm going to have to pay shipping, and that's probably going to be $3 or $4, maybe $5. It's going to be $16.99 again. So I said I might as well just go buy it at the store and, you know, call it even. So I go to the store today, and they got 2 copies of it, and they didn't have the vinyl at all. I saw the vinyl at Walmart, but I didn't see it at Target. And the price on it was $16.99 in the store, but when I went to ring it up, it rang up as $11.99. So I got the deal anyway. So let's just open it up and see what's inside of it, because this is supposed to be the special edition or whatever. And I think what's special about it is that the cover is in color, and that's about it. Then there's this inside gatefold thing. Let me get you close on that cover. And then we've got the booklet, that's what the original cover looks like, with the black and white. But then there's not much to the inside. I've seen this already. It's just lyrics. Not much. Not much. There's a little icon right there of some kind of moon and something or other. And then there's a picture of the band. And, oh, I'm sorry, in the beginning there's a little devil icon thing. So, and then the CD itself is just in this slide thing. No protection or anything to it. And it's got, it looks like the little moon image on it again. Doesn't say Def Leppard on there anywhere. No, it doesn't. So, the songs that I have heard, I've probably heard the first, maybe, I think 8 songs it was. This has 17 songs, so I probably heard at least half of this. I mean, it's weak. That's all I can say. That, you know, people are saying it rocks, and it does not rock from what I've heard. And you know, I don't think any of the other songs are going to be that. It's, I don't even know how you describe it, but it happens to a lot of bands, like especially from that era. Like, you know, you look at Bon Jovi, how they did it too. Like they were a hard rock mostly band. They were less rockin' than Def Leppard, I think. But after New Jersey, I believe, was the last one, they just got soft, and they just, for me, they became like adult contemporary. I think that's the word. You know, like somebody's mom and dad wants to listen to that instead of the kids anymore. So that's what Def Leppard is to me now. I haven't heard anything in a long time that really made me say, oh man, that's awesome. It just doesn't happen. So I'm not expecting this one to be any better. You know, once I listen to the whole thing. But I will listen to it and give it a fair shot. You know, I don't know what made me want to buy it, because I just wanted to give them another try. I mean, I have somewhere in here. I have a good bit of their albums. You know, I have probably, like, I know I have, after everything through Adrenalize for sure. Except On Through the Night, I only have it on cassette, I believe. But all the other ones I have CDs. I have one of their live albums on vinyl, and I have it also on CD. I think it's Mirror Ball or Mirror something. And then I have Slang, which when that came out, I was like, what is this? I hated that album when it came out. And then after that, I have some MP3s, which I don't know where they came from, because I don't know anybody that I would have borrowed it from to copy it. And but I have a couple of the other ones, and I didn't like those either. So, you know, I don't like to talk about things I don't like, but this used to be one of my favorite bands of all time, and they just don't do it for me anymore. Which is sad, but you know, that's that. So just gonna end this part of the video with it looks pretty cool. I'll give them that. I think the album is cool, but I feel like somebody steered them the wrong way. Like, you know, they were at the top of their game when Hysteria came out, and maybe they couldn't do any better than that. That's probably it. They put everything they had into that, you know, that's album had like 7 or 8 singles off of it that were big hits. You know, everybody knows the songs. They play them on the radio still to this day. And after that, they could. I don't know if they just didn't want to do it again or couldn't. You know, and I think once Steve Clark died, that really, you know, changed them because, you know, Phil Collin and Vivian Campbell, they're good guitar players, but they're not Steve Clark. And so that's all I have to say right now about Def Leppard. If I turn out to like some of this, I'll come back on another video and talk about that. So let's talk about what I got at the thrift store today. I wasn't planning on going thrifting, but I was out once I had to go buy this Def Leppard. You know, I went and bought that at Target, and I was like across the street almost from the Goodwill. I went in there. They didn't have anything. Then I decided I was going to go to the Bridge House store, and they usually have a lot of good CDs, but turned out this time they didn't have very many. And I mean, they had a lot of CDs, but nothing that I wanted. It was all like, I don't know, it was generic kind of stuff. It wasn't anything that is popular, you know, as far as I know. So the way they have their records, though, they have them in these crates, and they're on the bottom shelf, and you can't pull them out. They're like stuck in there some kind of way. So they're like in milk crates, but they're stuck in the bottom of this thing, so you cannot pull them out. And you can't even like pull the records out the top very well. But they had a stack of them in front, kind of like these, you know, backed up. And I was like, well, let me look through those and see if I can find anything. And of course, another copy of Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass, Whipped Cream, and Other Delights. This one's actually a nice copy. It's got a little ring wear, you know, there, and it's kind of got a little, you know, scuffing on it, I guess. But overall, it's a nice copy for the jacket. I have like 6 of these, and there's only have one that doesn't have any problems. I didn't notice it at first, but there's, I don't know if you can even see it. The word bro, I guess, maybe. It's BREAU, and the only natural letter to come after that around here is an X. So I think it's bro. But it has the original, you know, sleeve. This is a stereo version, by the way. The record's looks like it's got some surface scratches. I don't think it'll affect the play very much, but it looks pretty good. Be honest with you. I mean, it's a little dirty. It's got some fingerprints on it, but it's not as dirty as, you know, most things I find there. And then again, it says the same thing, BREAU, maybe an X, on the label. Somebody wrote it at the top. I don't know if you guys can see it. So, you know, I don't know why I bought it. I just can't let it sit there because it was $1. The rest of these were all $1. I don't have too many. The next thing I got was the Best of Pat Benatar, Volume 1. Now, I almost bought a Greatest Hits from her a couple months ago from Walmart, but I put it back for whatever reason. And that's what the CD looks like. It's kind of a hot pink with blue writing. It's kind of a nice color. Magenta, I guess the word would be, in cyan. But it says, there's a volume 2 of this too. But this one has Heartbreaker, Treat Me Right, Shadows of the Night, La Belle Age. It's probably La Belle Age. It's probably French. We Belong, Sex is a Weapon, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Promises in the Dark, Anxiety, Get Nervous, and One Love. So it's 10 songs. She's on the back looking kind of hot, you know. Give her that. She was a good-looking woman in her prime there. I guess that was in the 80s. But I don't know a lot of her songs. Like, on this one, the only ones I know is Heartbreaker, We Belong, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. That I know, I should say. And then there was 1 or 2 on the second one. I looked it up. It wasn't in the store, of course. I didn't find it. But I looked it up on Discogs. And the second one had 1 or 2 songs that I know on that, and that's about it. And, you know, maybe I know other ones, but I never owned anything by her. I just knew the radio hits. And so that ought to be a pretty decent one. You know, I've definitely got 3 songs I know, and we'll go from there. The next thing was Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium. That's another band that they started off one way, they reached a peak, and then they fell off for me. And the peak would be Blood Sugar Sex Magic album. Everything before that, I loved. It was like this punky funk, whatever, and then it built up and it built up, and they did like the Freaky Styley and the Uplift Mojo Party Plan or whatever, and then Mother's Milk, which a lot of people really liked, and then I believe it was Blood Sugar Sex Magic after Mother's Milk. I know it was after, but I don't think it was right after. And that was like the peak. Like they hit everything on that album, and like Def Leppard, that one had probably 7 or 8 hits on it too, and they still play those till this day on the radio. So I kind of gave up on them. I bought a couple of their albums. I bought the One Hot Minute. I liked 1 or 2 songs on that. I don't know what the other one was. Probably right behind me somewhere. I should have pulled them out. But they had a couple, like every album probably has 1 or 2 songs I like, and then the rest is just like I don't get it anymore. And it's not that they went like totally soft. They just kind of, I don't know. Their sound just changed, and it makes sense because they've gone through so many guitar players, and then John Frusciante, he's in and out. Like he's in the band sometimes, and he's out of the band sometimes, and whatever. So, whatever. But anyway, the packaging on this is pretty cool. It's got 2 discs and then a booklet with a little picture behind it, and the booklet is a double-sided kind of thing, where it says Jupiter, and then it's got all the lyrics and a couple pictures of that CD, which is Jupiter, and then Mars, and you have to flip it over to get that, and it has more pictures and lyrics and stuff of that. So it's cool packaging. I'll give them that. The songs that were hits, I believe, were like Danny California, Snow Heyo. I think that's one of the hits, and there may be 1 or 2 of them. There's 28 songs on this, and so, but I think there was 4 or 5 hits maybe. I don't necessarily like them that much, not as much as their early stuff anyway. So I don't have anything like, I don't hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's not that. It's just, and I'll listen to it if it's on the radio or whatever. But I just have never kept buying their albums because they weren't what I want them to be, I guess. And so I've laid off. I almost bought the new one until I saw the price because of the records. I may pick it up on CD eventually. That's got a lot of songs on it too, but the price of the records were like $40-something, and I was just like, I can't pay that anymore. And the rate of what everything is going up these days, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to buy any kind of music. At this point, I don't buy. I used to collect comics. Don't collect comics at all anymore since November. I don't have health insurance. I don't have anything. So the rate of, I might not have too many videos left in me to do on new stuff anyway. The only thing I can see coming in the near future is the record store day that's coming up, and I'm only doing that because I had saved some money for it, some cash for it. Otherwise, I don't know. I got car issues. I got everything going on. My car insurance is going up. I don't want to tell you people all this stuff. You don't care. Anyway, the last thing I got, the 12 Yats of Christmas by Benny Grunch and the Bunch. This is a local guy. It's never been opened, and all these were $1. So, except for Def Leppard. So let's open it. It's not working. It's my little guitar pick. It works on records real good, but it doesn't work on CDs. This guy is a local, kind of a novelty act. He does novelty songs. They're all funny songs. songs relating to local subject matter, New Orleans and the area. It's got 2 discs. 12 Yats of Christmas. 12 Yats of Christmas is a really funny song. If I think there's a video for that on YouTube. You really need to check that out if you want to see some silliness. And if you're from Louisiana, it makes it better, New Orleans area, because you know all the references. But I don't believe these are all Christmas. I have the lyrics to everything. Wow. No pictures really, but lyrics just out the wazoo there. This is probably a 12-page book. But I'll run over the names of some of the songs. The 12 Yats of Christmas, Santa and His Reindeer Used to Live Right Here, Ain't There No More, Part 1 and Part 2, Oh Little Town of Destrehan, I Got a Used Kazoo for Christmas, Christmas in Chalmette, The Elves Finally Rap. I don't know what that's about. I Won the Lottery for Christmas, and that's how people talk around here. If you don't know, a yat is generally somebody from Chalmette, sort of, but not necessarily, because New Orleans people talk like this. It's just a way of people talk, and you know them when you hear them. The words, I'll do it too when I'm tired, and I can hear myself sometimes say things. But like one of the songs is Metairie, oh Metairie. Metairie is where I live. The Yat way of saying it is Metri. So that gives you kind of an idea. They kind of shorten words and change words, and people around here understand it, but if you were from out of town, you heard somebody talking, you might not know what the heck they're talking about. But anyway, the GED fight song, I don't think that's a Christmas song. I think I just seen Elvis in the Mildew on My Walls. And Santa, I've been bad all year. Santa and His Reindeer Used to Live right here. Sing Along. There's 3 songs that say Sing Along after them. So I don't know if that's just a live version maybe or something. But I mean, this guy's been around for a long time doing funny stuff. So that's that. Anyway, that's all I got today. And like I said, it may be sparse from now on for a while. Def Leppard. That's the main one. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pat Benatar. Benny Grunch and the Bunch. And the most famous cover of them all, Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass. And that's it for this time. I'm going to do a video about what I'm looking forward to on Record Store Day. I don't know when that's coming out. I might do it later tonight. I don't know what time it is. It's 11:30 almost. So probably not tonight, but in the near future, before the date of the show, I guess as they say, I will have something showing the ones I am interested in. It's not a lot this time because it was, it's a second drop or whatever kind of thing. There are some things I really want, but I'm not going out of my way to get anything because everything I want, I already own it on CD, except for one thing. I think one thing. So, we'll go from there. And that's it for this episode. And I will see you guys next time. Maybe I'll have a full review of the Def Leppard album. Maybe, who knows. And that's it.